So I'm so
We're on air. We are on air. Welcome everybody to the Her Terms Telesummit closing ceremony. My name is Gilligan, and I've been your host through the last 8 days of this journey. And I've got some really special guests on right now. Let me just introduce them one by one. First up, we've got Dr. Amanda Noelle. She's a high-heeled priestess and founder of Aphrodite University. Amanda, why don't you go ahead and say hi?
Hi, everybody. Welcome to San Diego.
That's Amanda. She's got the cool headpiece on. We've also got Chloe Rain, transformational life coach and CEO and founder of Explore Deeply. Chloe.
Hello.
There's Chloe with her beautiful art. And we got Alaya Gold, intuitive business mentor. Alaya Gold, welcome to the ceremony.
Hi guys, I'm so excited to be here.
Awesome. And I think we just got Jessica. Jessica, were you able to get in?
Yes, I figured out. I was on a different Hangout page or something. But here we are.
All right, so that's Jessica Cornejo Gallegos, the Inca High Priestess, Shaman, Healer Guide, and Heart Purpose Mentor, who's going to be leading us all through a traditional Inca ceremony for Mother Earth here today. So Jessica, thank you so much for being here.
I am deeply honored to be here, and to me it's a complete joy to be among friends, sisters, and to have this closing ceremony for the Telesummit. Her Terms Telesummit has been wonderful, and I cannot tell you, how excited I have been about the whole thing and how proud I am of you for having put all this together. It's been a huge event. So this is truly a day to celebrate that, all it came together, and people have received wonderful messages thanks to your Telesummit.
Yeah, here. Second thought. It's been amazing. And the ladies that you put into this container, like, holy wow, awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And for everyone who's tuning in, I just want you to all know that we are actually in sacred space. Before Jessica came into this actual Google Hangout space, you actually started this ceremony. Jessica, do you want to tell us what you've done and explain the purpose of this ceremony that we're going to be doing here today?
Yes, absolutely. The ceremony that I have started for all of you, everyone participating of the Telesummit, is something called a Thanksgiving ceremony to Mother Earth and to the spirits of the mountains, the Apus. For people who are not, don't know much about the Inca culture, this is a very sacred way in which we connect deeply with Mother Earth, with Pachamama, and also with the spirits of the mountains, who are our guides, our teachers. And what we do here is we reestablish this connection continuously. This is something meant to be done, once and time again. And it serves for us to say thank you for everything we receive from them, to think about all these beautiful things we have received during the year, in the past few days from the Telesummit, and then to say thank you for that, and I am ready and willing to receive more from you, more of that beautiful love, more of the support, more of the wellness, abundance, all good things, wonderful relationships. So it's a time to celebrate, and also a time to open up to receive more in gratefulness.
That is so perfect. So everyone who's here, I just want you to know we have this hosted on the Her Terms Summit site at Her Terms Summit, SUMMIT /ceremony. And there is a worksheet that you can download right from that page. It should be just below this video. So please go ahead and download that worksheet. And as Jessica said, this is going to be a time for you to really integrate the wisdom, the awakenings, the ideas, and the inspiration that you've had for what you want to let go of in your life and what you want to bring in to replace it. We started this journey on the spring equinox, and it was a very, very powerful alignment that we had with a new moon and a super new moon and a solar eclipse. That energy was really forcing us all collectively to let go of the old and to rebirth the new. It's like a new cycle, a new era has started. And so I know women have been experiencing that. They leading up in February, we had all that cold weather in the United States, and there's a lot of releasing, and I know some women's businesses slowed down, and people are having big shifts, big weight, really wanting to go into a deeper, more rooted and feminine place, which is what I feel this year, 2015, is about for a lot of us. A lot of the what I call more the sacred feminine leadership tribe on our planet. And so get that worksheet, because we're going to be using that as a format to go through this ceremony today. And as Jessica said, we'll be making an offering. The whole ceremony is an offering of gratitude for the wisdom gained and an opening for more to come in. So I want to ask Amanda Noelle, do you want to you mentioned you would lead us into a meditation to start. Amanda, would you like to guide us all into a meditation now?
It would absolutely be an honor. So let's all just dive into our own beautiful centers, as well as connecting with a beautiful light ray to every woman on this journey together, as well as sparkling out possibly some even magic, some gold magic dust to those around the world who are ready for this energy and essence that we're imparting upon the planet. Let's also send this light out to the oceans, the elements, to any plant spirits, whatever in your conscious or unconscious awareness is ready to receive from this activation. We're calling forth a web that wraps itself erotically around the world, bringing Mother Nature and our consciousness together, anchoring at our own self. So finding your breath, finding your seat, touching the chair, or if you are upon the earth, noticing the connection between you and this outside world. Connecting deeply within yourself, feeling into your breath. I always like to connect with the womb wisdom, the watery elements that we sprang from. Spring water, pure water, ocean water, Divine Mother, that we birth through or birthed from our creative essence. Please guide us in this connection with our sisters here today, allowing an awakening, an opening in our feminine essence, erasing any past agreements of persecution or hiding or fear, anything blocking us from really being in our full present awareness. Connecting with the energy of passion, awakening a candlelight of essence of fire in our womb spaces, in that stargate that connects us to the next generation, bringing in erotic starlight to create new birth of your blissness or anything you're here to womb manifest from that womb space of a woman. We illuminate each other by connecting here in this web that we've woven already, just by you showing up for this fire circle. So we welcome in the energy of the fire and the water, activating these elements as a new awakening, as well as a closing of the Her Terms Telesummit. May it be a new beginning for this blessing in your life. Aho, the circle is open for this call today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'm just going to say a quick prayer, and I ask the divine light and Mother, Father, God to please come in and bless this space, and for everyone's higher self counsel to come online and to clear all negative energies, blocks, interference, so that we have a clear connection to Source. I also ask that we have a clear electromagnetic, technological connection, that this signal gets through clearly and that it comes through in the highest good for every woman who is here, every man who might be here too, to receive the blessing of this integration and the blessing of this ceremony. Let it be in the highest good for everyone here and for all life. Amen. Okay, so I want you all to just open your PDF if it's not already open, and let me just open mine for a second here so that I am guiding you, and it's called Her Terms Ceremony Form. I put together a few questions that will help you tune in to what has ended for you in your life. As we mentioned, this has been a time with the alignments that we went through. It's been a time of endings, and it's been a time of new beginnings. And so we're going to be going through these questions live and actually giving you some time to answer them. Chloe is going to get us into a state of expansion so that we're all going to be really connected in with what's authentic to us. I know, Chloe, you mentioned you're going to lead us through a guided exercise to do that. Before we do that, I also just want people to know that at the end of the ceremony, if you want to get like a glass of wine or some champagne, or if you don't drink alcohol like me, you can just have some like club soda with or some juice or something like that to celebrate at the end. It's part of the traditional ending to the ceremony, so you might want to go ahead and get that now. And Chloe, do you want to take us into the process and explain the process that you're about to do and tell us what it's going to help us channel and then take us through it?
Sure. So you put together a pretty amazing PDF for us with a lot of really deep questions. And sometimes we get a little maybe intimidated by our own greatness, and we think that like we need to figure it all out, and if we don't hear the immediate answer, then we like, for other people it doesn't work for me. So I'm just going to lead us through a quick little tool that I use and many people use in their own practice that just helps us connect back to the truth of who we really are, which is no matter how you're feeling at any moment in time, there's no possible physical, literal, fantastical way for you to be separate from divine creation energy, because you are divine creation energy at each and every moment. No matter what illusion might be, tapping us on the shoulder at this very moment, the truth and the reality, scientifically, figuratively, whatever your belief system, is that you are made up of the source energy of everything that is. So that means at any moment in time, you have the ability to connect in to the one mind, the source energy, creation energy, divine light, love, sunlight energy, whatever word that are comfortable to you, and receive your own clear knowledge in your own unique resonance pattern that is just for you and meant for you in order to do whatever it is that you want to do. So that's what this practice is, just reminding you that all the resources, all the answers to the questions you might be seeking actually reside quite quickly within, and you can access it like that if you choose to. So With that being said, I just invite everybody to close their eyes, and we're just going to perceive and connect to the light. So I want you to send your energy straight out of the top of your head and go 300 feet into the air. Either imagine there the ball of sun awaiting for you, creation, light, source, pure source energy. Just send your perception, your energy up greater than yourself, out the top of your head, 300 feet, and then further. And just imagine as if there was a ray of light connecting you with that divine light source creation energy, that ball of fiery sun, pure source above our heads. And then as you're connected, just imagine a pure light ray through the crown of your head and into your brain. And just imagine this pure white light, maybe golden light energy, just going through all your brain circuitry, just clearing out any darkness, any stuck energy, and releasing anything that's keeping you blocked, anything that's no longer serving you. Imagine like your brain was like the circuitry board, and it's just filling up with sunlight energy going through all the circuits as if you are getting a cleansing of light. Now imagine this light coming down through your throat and into your heart space. Now send this beam of light into your gut, then into your hips and into your womb. Maybe even imagine it circling around in a figure of 8 in your seated parts, flowing down your legs, into your knees, and then into your feet. And then imagine sending this beam of light all the way from sunlight, creation source energy, through the top of your head, through your body, and out the bottom of your feet, down into the earth. Maybe even imagine you're growing a root structure from the bottom of your feet, and just send that rootedness down, down, down into the center of the earth until you arrive at that sweet spot. Perhaps it's the middle of the earth. Somewhere you're going to just know you've landed in that right spot, deeply rooted and connected. Mother Goddess energy, all at once, as if you've just been connected into a circuitry, filling up with divine light energy. And imagine like a springboard or a trampoline, that energy from the middle and the center of the earth springing back up to meet you, coming back in through the soles of your feet, and joining in your heart space energy. Connected from above and below. And from this place, now expand that bright light within your heart space out in a 360-degree radius, imagining it going on beyond the room that you're in right now, beyond your house, beyond your city, beyond your state. And imagine that bright energy emanating from your heart space, now going beyond to the end of the earth and further still, further still. Now in this fully expanded space, connected to the truth and the reality that you are an infinite being all at once, connected to everything that is. From this space, going back to the questions you may have for yourself in your life, knowing that you are actually greater and more expansive than anything you might be dealing with right now, any barrier that you may have been feeling. You are this expanded, infinite being of light and resource for your own self. And from that place, imagine everything is possible. And so it is.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love the springboard. Like a burst of joy from that. All right, so what? I'm getting feedback. Not good. Are you guys hearing that feedback? Okay, it sounds like it stopped.
It stopped.
Okay, so everybody, let's open up this PDF. And I want you to tune into the first question, which is, what has ended for you? As I mentioned before, we went through a really powerful astrological shift at the beginning of this summit, March 20th. It was a very powerful, potent time. I personally noticed a lot of the ending type energy starting from February, kind of like rolled up into March 20th. So you might have noticed that. You might have noticed that there's been some lessons for you, and I've noticed that the lessons that have come up have been pretty big ones. They're not just like little ones. They've been like core wound issues. So if you had any realizations for yourself, and it could be in your personal life, it could be in your professional life, it could be in your romantic life, in your financial life, of a pattern of an energy, a period of your life that's just ended, give voice to it here. Let go of what needs to let go, and let's name that. Let's call it what it is, and give yourself some time to just write about it in this space. What is ending? What are you ready to drop? And perhaps going through the summit, you heard some really great speakers that helped you realize that you could do business, you could do life, you could do body, you could do relationships in another way. And that's really important for us to know, because sometimes when we're in a pattern, we just can't even see out of it. We don't even know what else is there. So the summit might have helped loosen some of those veils for you, or they might have just come up naturally. Once you're finished with that question, we're going to move into the next one. You'll just give me a second here. Which is, how will you receive support to release this energy or this pattern from your life? Now, sometimes things drop and they just drop. You know, we're just like done with that karma, and it falls out. It falls out of our energy field. Other times we need support. We need guidance. It could be therapy. It could be a program that you join. It could be getting a mentor. There's a lot of different ways that you can get help, and sometimes it doesn't have to be a self-development program. It could be, you know, an exercise that you commit to, a practice that you commit to in your life. But whatever you've been intuitively guided that you need to help you really release this old pattern, give voice to that here. And if you heard speakers speaking on the summit, and you knew, oh my gosh, I'm meant to work with that person, I need to do that work. It might have been people you've heard. It could be, you know, something in your personal life that you encountered that you know you're meant to do. You know this is going to help you. Let's honor that, and let's have you honor what you know is true by writing that down, writing down the support that you need. As women, it's essential that we learn to receive, and that we learn to receive support in our lives. We learn to be vulnerable. We learn that we don't have to do it all on our own. Then we're going to move into the next question, which is what new gifts, dreams, desires, or realizations have come to you in the last 8 days? So, as Jessica mentioned, this is really a ceremony of Thanksgiving. And this is a space for you to really honor your pearls of wisdom, the insights, the awakenings that you've had, and to let yourself speak them. And I know that a lot of the ones that at least have come up for me have been surprising, but very, very, very deep. So let yourself honor that part of your journey and what you've realized is maybe something that you really desire to create in your life this next year. It could be, you know, finding your soulmate. It could be creating beloved love. It could be creating your business. It could be really working on your body and healing yourself. So write those down. And I just have one other question, and this question is something that I sort of do a spot check with myself sometimes, which is don't think about it and just answer this question, whatever immediately comes to you, which is the most important thing I have to do for myself is, and just write that down. Right, so I'm just going to pause here, and I'm going to let you guys work on those questions, and I'm going to open this up to the speakers. I think Alaya might be having an internet connection because she's dropped out. But Amanda, Chloe, and Jessica, do you guys have anything you want to share on the alignments that have happened astrologically, or what you feel is the insight or guidance for this next year that's coming up, and what would you say to the participants of the Her Terms Telesummit to guide them into this next phase of life?
I'm happy to speak to that because I think it's a really powerful time, very important. What I've been feeling, and this is not, I'm not an astrologer, this is just a channel download, so if there's other stuff out there, that's awesome, but what I'm getting is right now we are really facing our demons at the same time that we're rising into our power. So a lot of us have fantasized about when I step into my power, it's going to all be easy. It's going to be cheesecake, yay! And it's like, it's beautiful. We're stepping up. And at the same time, there's also like, we've got to love ourselves as the fallen priestess, as the whore, or as the woman that's been defiled and feels on the outside not good enough. So a lot of us are actually going to go through it through the painful birth process. Some of us will not, but if you do go through this process of stepping into your biggest dream, if it's to create your six-figure blissness or to attract your beloved or to be on stage speaking, whatever it is, you may have like a very dry period, and it's not a joke from the universe. It's not a mistake. This is a time for you to go through an initiation process. It's almost like in Egypt when they had the ancient mystery schools, swimming in the pool with crocodiles. You have to go through this time, and the main piece of it is to absolutely love yourself in that darkness. It's also a time to come out of hiding around your shame, because what I'm finding and what I found with myself is like we're all reflections of each other, and I've met so many 6- and 7-figure people over the last couple of years, going from, you know, hippie healer at 4 figures, being ashamed of that, and then joining into these big communities. It's the same thing. Everybody has shame. We're all alone together. So the more that we come out with our truth and our story and say, hey guys, so I feel like the biggest 3 tips for us in this next year ahead is really just accept self-love as the biggest medicine. Rather than trying to overcome anything, start with self-love first. The second is to be vulnerable. And the third is to really ask for help and start bridging communities so that we can move into more of a new earth, village, eco-village consciousness, and even start building these places. And it's going to be a pattern where you want to figure it out on your own and not tell anybody, and then when you get through it and you're on the other side of the happy rainbow and you've got your golden pot, everything's great. But it's actually the universe is going to keep throwing us these challenges until we're willing to love ourselves and say, this is where I'm at.
Thank you so much, Amanda. I really, really resonate with that. I know I've had like several of my own clients were just like emailing me like, I don't know what happened, but like I had all these projects drop out of my life that were like clients that were committed and dropped out of programs, and I'm going through this dark night of the soul and I'm like questioning everything. And I certainly, even though I had the momentum of the summit moving me forward, experienced levels of that myself. And I think I was doing a lot of dark goddess work in February. So I totally, totally honor that, and I love what you shared about self-love and vulnerability, because I think that we are only able to really be free when we do embrace the shadow, and when we are real about that, when we confess it, when we talk about it, when we make light of it, bring it up out of that unconscious and into the collective so that it can be shared, so that the burden can be lightened. So I really, really love what you shared there. Thank you.
Thanks for speaking that. I think it's a piece of, I'm putting a lot of feedback. I'll open it. Can you hear me?
I can. It seems to have stopped.
Okay, awesome. Well, maybe I just needed a breath, which is to say in a sentence, imprisonment only manifests in the physical world when we become prisoners to our own consciousness. So when we stop these entrapments, like, oh, if I don't have my 6 figures, 7 figures, if I don't have my twin flame, if I don't change my life in this way, then I can't love myself. You're already living in a prison, and the universe will keep repeating that. So that's been exciting for me to think about, wow, what if we all drop the internal imprisonments? What would our lives look like? We might start living in communities, economies, systems where it doesn't matter if you get that next client. It doesn't matter if there is the next hot guy. I believe that we'll just be in this flow of manifestation where we're really mirroring that desire within. And it's so easy to go, oh, I'm going online dating and there's nobody coming through, or last year was so hard, I was single, or I work with women that are manifesting men and money, and it's so easy to go, well, this happened in the past, I'm going to tighten. So if we can just tweak it at, I release myself from this present right now. How can I feel lovable and wonderful? What is it going to take right now? Maybe it's just talking to a friend or getting a foot rub from a hot guy that you know. Like, there's so many different ways. So yes, let's all throw away the keys to this prison that we found ourselves in. It's just old paradigm, and we're so done.
Amen. Done. So put that on the paper. You're throwing away your internal prisons. Does anyone else want to share? Alaya, I know your call dropped. I was just asking if any of the speakers had any insights on, moving into spring 2015, coming through these powerful astrological alignments that we just came through. Do you have any insights that you'd want to share for the Her Terms community about how to navigate the changes that are taking place through the energy of this year?
Yes, I'd love to share a little bit. Kind of just piggybacking on what Amanda shared. A lot of what we've done is called external referencing. It's like it's very masculine, and I love the masculine, and it's so great. And if I achieve this, then I'm this. So we're kind of we've taken the manifestation model to this ultimate extreme, where if we're not manifesting, if we're not achieving, then that means, oh, what am I doing wrong? You know, how am I sabotaging my manifesting? How am I, you know, not, you know, whatever the lack of results outside, or whatever results we do get outside, that's positive success, you know, so we've kind of externally sourced our point of reference. And I think what Amanda is touching on is when we internally source that point of reference, where it's, oh, I am love, I love myself, and so from this loving of myself, what am I inspired and compelled to create? So it's actually a very different way of going about creating external expressions of ourselves. One is trying to change something, and the other one is actually like a tube torus, self-generating. And so I just think we're kind of coming into this huge rebalancing of things, and you know, the feminine way isn't like the way to go, or the masculine way isn't the way to go. It's this union on not just the masculine and feminine, not just, you know, earth and spirit, or, you know, and all these different directions, but it's really this you know, the Kabbalistic tarot card, the world, comes to mind, which is, think, the world. It's kind of like one of the final cards, is where you've gone through that whole journey of the cosmos, and you come back to this world, and you're like, okay, this is how it functions. I think we're going to see a lot of people just get real. I think we have to call into question and consider, what is this conscious entrepreneurship movement? What does it mean? Where is it going? You know, what structures are working, what structures are not working? What is it going to look like for everyone to be their own boss? Is that sustainable? What is sustainable for us? And I think we're going to see a lot of leaders emerge in terms of not being against an old paradigm, not being against anything, but just people who emerge who will say, hey, I have a different way, and it works much more efficiently than this old way. And you're going to see people start switching over, not because they're trying to reject something, but because they're just like, yeah, this is actually easier and cheaper and way more fulfilling. So I think we're really going to see that. We're going to see this internally sourced creativity that is sprung from self-expression and love without striving, which makes it sustainable because there's no gap that people are trying to fill. And I think that in itself is going to like birth everything. And I really feel like there's going to be some discussion around, what is this new paradigm? What are our terms? What are we doing with online business? What are we doing with consciousness? Like, where are we really taking this ship? And I think you'll see those conversations happening on a bigger scale. That's all.
Oh, I love that. I love that, Alaya. I'm glad that we're creating that here now. Chloe or Jessica, do you guys want to weigh in?
I would like to share this experience I had. This winter I spent a lot of time in nature, actually in a particular nature refuge. It's kind of one of my things that I just like, if you could do really anything for yourself when you're wondering about what's going on in your life, it's go out in nature. But I had this experience in the nature refuge. They put out bird seed for to feed the chickadees, and I put out bird seed, and I'm sitting and I'm waiting for the chickadees to come, and they'll come and they'll eat at the pile of bird seed. But I'd seen a lot of people take pictures of being able to put the bird seed in your hand and have the chickadees come eat out of your hand. And I had to scrape all the seeds I'd put out already, and somehow were inside of my jacket and in my hand. And the chickadees were like climbing in my jacket and getting the seeds. And then also in this sheer moment where I had this little bird come and land on my hand, and it looked at me first. Every bird would look at me first and then take the seed and fly away. I had this like bursting open of awareness that as much as I said it, as much as I taught it, I didn't actually really truly that the universe was on my side and in my favor. And in that trust moment with that bird, I realized that if I did actually believe that everything was for my good, that would mean surrender would be my continuous action. And trust would be the place I would emanate from. Not the doingness, and not even the beingness, but the constant, my action would be constant surrender, and my beingness would be trust. And that was what that bird just kind of said to me, like, not, I don't know. I'm hoping that sharing the story is really coming out to you, but it's just, it was so simple and so profound, more than any other, you know, going within, that when we look at what we're a greater part of, that nature has actually a lot of gifts and compassion for us in our living, in our nourishment, in our coming into our purpose. Perhaps just sometimes being who you are is just quite enough. So.
Thank you so much. That's I'm going to wait for my feedback.
I think it might be me. So I'll turn. I just hope I portrayed the energy of this experience, because it was like a tiny guru visited me and like opened me up like this. I love that.
I totally felt it. I was totally with you, Chloe. I got that little bird.
Jessica, do you want to say anything from your perspective on this topic?
Well, yes. You know, this year, since the middle of last year, I was feeling really strongly that this one was a year of harvest, of receiving, you know, our good after who knows how long you have been working to receive something in your life, perhaps a few years, maybe longer. And I felt very strongly that, especially for us women working to make this a better world in a conscious way from our hearts, this was the year for that. To see, you know, how everything blossoms, everything we have done. And I have started feeling in my life this moment of harvest, but it hasn't come without, you know, some final letting go, you know, of certain things, and it hasn't been easy. So especially January, February, even December, I felt that there was this energy of transformation, but it came with some grieving, with some tears, with stress, and all sorts of things. So lots of moving of the energies. And one thing that came to me just recently during an ancestral ceremony here in Peru that I shared with Chloe a few days ago is that I received this message from one of my spiritual guides, a spirit. I call the spirits of the mountains Apus. That's the traditional way in which we call them, you know, in the Inca tradition. So this Apu came to me and showed me that the path of transformation and receiving your good didn't have to be difficult. I got this message about it being really easy, and that I was fully supported. So I was able to experience this realization that, you know, it really didn't have to be difficult at all, and that it was up to me to allow that to be easy, the transformation that was taking place. So things started to shift, and it all started with me, right? It started with this shift in my own brain. And then I started to make some choices and see some choices that were in front of me that I couldn't see before. And so I have allowed this process to take place. And now it's not a coincidence that I found that by doing this, things are just happening so much naturally, things are flowing better. Like the restaurant, my business, is receiving many more clients that we have received in January or February. It's just beautiful how it's happening. And the people we receive are just wonderful people that we're so happy to be around. Like, no kidding, everyone that walks through the door, is someone that we can feel that high vibration, from, and that gratefulness and love. When they leave, they're all happy, and we made friends. In my life healing business, the same. I am receiving these beautiful customers and having these beautiful experiences with much more ease, and in a way that I have noticed this shift. So I'd love to see everyone, receiving as well their good and everything that they desire with more ease. And part of it, I feel, is definitely, what Chloe said before, it has to do also with surrendering and allowing things to happen in good flow.
Beautiful. This year, the numerologically, it's an 8-year, and there were 8 days in the summit. 8 is a very powerful number for foundations and manifestations and building structures. So I agree, and I had the same feeling, like, oh, this is going to be a year of abundance. This is going to be a year of the harvest. I love that word, how you said that, Jessica. And I also really honor the feeling it can be easy, because coming through this telesummit, I was using a lot of masculine energy to get this out. And about halfway through, I'm like, Kara, it's like you put a goddess summit together and then you go totally into the masculine with it. But luckily, it's been so awesome, and I love all of you guys, and I loved everybody that's come together so much. My frequency has stayed actually pretty high through it. But I want to honor what everybody has said, and to bring this consciousness into doing the remaining exercises in the packet. So there's 3 other questions. One is a gratitude list, and I just encourage you to really focus in on 20 things that you are truly, truly grateful for. Jessica's going to be making an offering, and what I feel like would be best is that let people go through the remaining questions, Jessica, while you start the ceremonial ending of our offering to Mother Earth. And so for everybody to be really expressing their gratitude and knowing that all of these gratitudes, and then answering the final 2 questions in the packet, which are, what is the new beginning that I am ready to claim for myself? So what is I like to call it the dream come true reality. What is your heart calling out for you to experience and to have, and how can you have this in an easy way, and to just let yourself imagine that, write that out in present tense. And while this is going on, Jessica's going to be doing the preparation work and the ceremonial work of making this offering. And just, I'm going to have you start with that in just a second. But before we do that, I want to announce to everybody who's here that we have a very special upgrade package for the women who have joined the summit. As you know, we've had the recording sales of all the speakers on sale for $97, and so you could get the whole package of recordings to listen to and go through. And as I mentioned, I really designed this to be like a shamanic journey, because it was modeled after my own 7-year womb healing journey and all sort of the themes and topics I had to go through to kind of heal the sacred feminine and heal my womb, which is the source of a woman's power. Going through and listening to all the speakers is definitely going to be a powerful experience. We have a second upgrade package, which includes a lot of the gifts of the particular speakers that you're seeing here today on this Google Hangout. So this is called the Sacred Business Upgrade Package. It's $397, and it includes it includes 5 different training programs, as well as the Her Terms Summit recording. So it includes Sacred Sales, which is my own signature heart-centered sales training for spiritual entrepreneurs that guides you through the complete process of selling your services in an authentic and heartfelt way. I like to call it touching the face of God through sales. I love sales because to me it's like the alchemical point in a business's money system. Like that's when somebody makes the decision to change their lives. That's when really big creative energy gets activated, is in that moment. So we teach you how to hold that space, and I teach you how to host really authentic sales conversations. Alaya Gold has contributed her intuitive Facebook ads training. I'm going to speak to it, and Alaya, if you want to add, this is a training on how to use Facebook ads in harmony with your intuition to add 500 plus subscribers per month. Is that correct?
Myself. Yeah, that's correct. I mean, all of us, I think, are here because we have a big mission, and we're here because we have a calling on our life to do something that's in our heart that we feel would really shift the trajectory that is of this planet into one that we, with our evolution. And so, of course, spreading that message and spreading our work and connecting with people, I think more than just like that masculine way of like pilfer your seeds everywhere, but like that connection, that's really what it's about, is connecting with your tribe. And I think using media such as Facebook to connect with the people who you're meant to serve. I truly believe, Kara, that we have, just like the five of us here today, like we've been in each other's lives in these different ways, and we're like, there's such a soul connection between all of us here. There's such a soul connection between you and your clients and your tribe. And so Facebook ads is really just a way for you to intuitively tap into that soul connection and just follow it in a very systematic, linear, masculine business way for you to attract those people onto your mailing list and to just, be abundantly supported doing your purpose in the world. So that's really the essence, is source and connection. Yeah.
I love it, and I totally agree. It's why I'm so passionate about online business. I'm like, look, here's 4 of my soul sisters. Like, you guys are all spread out across the world. You've got to be able to reach people that you might not otherwise reach. Facebook is such a powerful platform, and I used to hate it because it kind of came out when I was in college, and I was really cynical, and it was like basically kind of a dating site then. But I like laugh because it's such a powerful tool now, and I have so many friends, and getting clients through it, so it's in a lot of ways. It's really powerful training that Alaya is offering for you to use this tool. And as someone that's just come through putting a very big telesummit together, which is a great way to grow your list, but it's a lot of work, and I've heard really great things about Facebook ads getting you similar results with a lot less effort, and something that's very yeah, nice. Chloe Ray contributed her program, Money.
The final spiritual.
Take the reins.
The final spiritual frontier. It's speaking to Amanda's honesty around shame, especially being in business for yourself, or even in a highly successful corporate career. The truth was, I was just broke at a higher income bracket. So my offering is talking about actually the soul's journey with money. And if you're struggling with money right now, you're struggling with manifesting money, what could that actually mean for your soul's journey? Helpful in what I like to call turning negative thoughts into gold and finding the value in what we might have thought were shameful experiences around money or lack of money.
Oh, I love that.
We all must go through in order to really become empowered in our own life purpose.
Mm. So true. I have my really big, you know what, the feedback too much. I'm going to just go to Amanda. Oh, wait, I'm not hearing that. Is everybody else hearing that? Did I just lose you guys?
No, it's Kara. It's because the feedback is coming from Chloe's microphone, and that's all.
Oh, okay. All right.
We were talking. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if Amanda started introducing your soulmate client attraction toolkit, but Amanda has contributed this, and it's really awesome. I love her idea of soulmate clients, and just because I know other people are using it now, Amanda did coin this term. So Amanda, can you explain to us what are soulmate clients, and what does your toolkit help people achieve? Hey, are you guys hearing Amanda?
No, can't hear. Let's see.
I can hear her now. I'm hearing her now.
Oh, you can. Oh, good. Okay, awesome. All right. So many of you know that I started off one of my biggest gifts is the law of attraction. I'm really, really good at helping women align, well, actually men too, but I worked as an esthetician doing facials. People would manifest their soulmate. When I would do aura healings, I would be like, I'm a psychic. Do you want something? So over the years, I have refined a process of attracting not only your twin flame, but as I merged into the blissness world, because for me that's where both of my passions lie, is with twin flame matchmaking and business. So I've developed a system to help spiritual women entrepreneurs to swiftly align with their soulmate clients. And what a soulmate client is, it's not some random client that you're like, oh, okay, I have to serve this person. And it's not even just an ideal client. It's not an avatar like she has brown hair and she shops at this store and she's, looking for this. It's a soul family member, and you'll know it when you feel it. It feels like almost love at first sight or first click or first energy. A lot of my soulmate clients say, I watched your video and I started crying, or I felt a shift, or I just knew I had to work with you. I didn't even have the means financially, but a year later, here I am. So you'll have this powerful energetic resonance, as well as you have the divinely aligned gifts to support them through the process. So the Soulmate Client Attraction Toolkit contains a mix of MP3s, videos, and trainings to really quickly help you manifest your soulmate clients. And a lot of the work is actually not in, as much as I use Facebook posts and, social media, the masculine steps of marketing, a lot of it is actually working on the invisible soul level. So while it's important for you to take action in the physical world, I've seen so many entrepreneurs pushing, doing all these posts. They'll get like 2 likes on something, but when the passion and the soul alignment clicks in, then the blissness starts to blow up. And you may notice, things really go up and down in a blissness. So having a regular practice of calling in your soulmate clients in a way that really fires up both of you. So that's really the last piece, and it will feel almost like you're being match-made to these people that sometimes you'll even have the same maiden name, last name, or you'll both have lived in the same city at the same time. All these little bizarre synchronicities, and they really almost are like a beloved. So the last piece I wanted to say about that, why I've been excited to work with soulmate clients and let go of the energy draining clients, is because my energy feels so excited and live, and I no longer dread my work days. I used to work 3 days a week, and I'd be like, oh, it's Tuesday, I have to get to my coaching calls. Now it's like, yay, I get to talk to this person, and like, oh my gosh. The worst problem that I have now with my soulmate clients is really setting boundaries. So I'm like, okay, like we have to close the call on time. We have to, make sure that during the retreats there's a boundary of I'm the coach and you're the client, because we all want this best friend energy or these different pieces. So that's the essence of soulmate client attraction, and it's very blissful, and it integrates the magic that we already are as divine infinite creators.
Awesome, awesome. So you're going to get the sacred sales trainings. You're going to learn sales. You're going to get the intuitive Facebook ads trainings. You're going to learn marketing and advertising there. You're going to get Chloe's money healing course so that you can really heal your money story, release the shame, come into a soul alignment, a soul consciousness with money. Then you're going to get the Soulmate Client Attraction Toolkit, which is really marketing. And you know what? I've worked so long with women on branding and helping them try to like find their niche, which really is like their ideal client. And I love the way Amanda is teaching this, because it is really true. Who you bring into your business is going to very much affect you energetically, and it's going to affect the money that flows in. And when you're working with people you love and you find a way to attract them by being who you are on a soul level, it's just so, so blissful and fun. And then finally we have Jessica. Jessica is contributing a series of 4 divine light transmissions that are going to really, really dramatically raise your frequency. Jessica, can you tell us about the divine light transmissions? And I know they're each from different sacred temples. Can you explain that?
Yes, the divine light transmissions is something that I felt guided to do, to be able to be this channel of the divine, to transmit some messages and some frequency at the spiritual level, at the energetic level as well. And it's close to my heart because I have done this as a co-creation with the divine and my ancestors, the Incas. So for this divine light transmission series, I was guided to go to sacred temples here in Cusco, Peru. And I fell into the energy of each one of those places, and it felt really clear to me what was going to be the main topic, what was going to be the kind of transmission that was going to be sent from each one of those places. So I have gone to the moon temple, to a temple to the sun, and so we have done these beautiful transmissions. So from one of them, for instance, I transmitted the fountain of wellness. So it was all about not only physical wellness, but also emotional and spiritual well-being. There is also the divine light of power, the channel of divine light, becoming the channel yourself of divine light. And also from the Temple of the Sun, there was a very special one that I did, and that one was the divine light, that was the healing light of forgiveness, which was one of the first ones that I did. So each one of them has a very special healing frequency for everyone. So during these divine light transmissions, we pray together, we drop into our hearts, and it's a time to receive divine light.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. So you will get the series of 4 divine light transmissions from Jessica, and she's also offered a one-on-one session with her, a heart alignment session with her. So you can get this package. It's $397, or I think there's a payment plan, and I don't have it pulled up. Maybe I should, but it's 3 payments of $197, I think. So you can go to hertermsummit.com/upgrade, and you'll see it there. Scroll down. It's the second one. Please, please invest in yourself. This is the time to really let, as Jessica said, let the harvest come to you. All of these tools are going to significantly help, because it's not going to be easy until you learn how to let it be easy. And I can definitely vouch for all of these women that they're learning how to let it be easy, how to let it come from a soul level, from an intuitive perspective, bringing that feminine energy into the masculine energy of business. This is going to be a really, really powerful package for all of you to significantly up-level and get the support you need. So make sure you check that out. Once more, it's hertermsummit.com/upgrade. And now that we're closing, please continue to work on your workbook, be filling out these last 3 questions, and Jessica is going to start our closing ceremony. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Jessica.
All right. So what I would like to do now is do a little bit of an intro, because this ceremony that I have started before the Google Hangout started is a ceremony that normally takes about 40 so minutes. You know, it can take as long as you want quickly, because there are so many elements that go into this offering, and they are all arranged in specific ways with love during prayer. So it's a long process. So what I did is I started the ceremony for all of us, and I want to show you now what it looks like so far, because it's pretty close to be ready to be offered. So I just want to move my computer and so that you can see it. Okay, yeah, I think you can see it from there. Hey? Let's see, is that better? Yeah, I think that's better. So if you can see what it looks like, okay, I have to, okay, there. This is an offering made with mostly natural elements, seeds and herbs, things like alpaca wool. The main element of this offering are coca leaves. As you probably know, coca leaves are sacred leaves from the Incas, and they go with a prayer. So I have made prayers to Pachamama and the Apus. I have invoked their presence. I have asked them for each one of us. And then the coca leaves are underneath all of these other elements, the candies and everything. Flowers all around. White flowers are for the spirits of the mountains, for the Apus. And the red petals that you see around it are for Pachamama. And candies are kind of modern elements added to these offerings, but this has been done this way for many, many years. So in the very center, there is a woman, there is an image of a woman, and it's a candy, and that represents each one of us. There is a house, there is also a car. All of those things represent those beautiful things we need that offer us, you know, safety here in life on Mother Earth. There are elements that represent abundance, health, happiness, you know, all sorts of things like, you know, all the things that we desire and want in life. So they're all there. And now I'm going to just add one more element before I start with the prayers. This is going to be the final prayers before I can close this this offering, and I can take it to the countryside, and I can light up a fire and burn it over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this. This is called here in the Andes fiesta, like party. So it's confetti, and it's a celebratory element, very, you know, very much on purpose. I'm going to just add that to the offering and then show it to you. See what it looks like. It's going to be much more colorful. So now it's much more colorful, and I'm going to do this prayer with you. So I would love everyone to close your eyes and get ready to unite with us during this prayer. I'm going to be invoking the spirits of the mountains and Pachamama, the elements of nature, as well as asking for, you know, all good things for all of us, and part of it will be a lot of it in Quechua. So please just feel in your heart that this is what my words mean, you know, what I just told you. Okay, so please close your eyes. And I'm going to pray over the offering. Tawantin suyo apukunas, hampukui. Hampukui apu wamanlipa, hampukui, hampukui. Apu ausangate, apu Huayna Picchu, Machu Picchu, Hampukui. Kilish Apu, Hampukui, Pachatusanapu, Hampukui, Ausangate Apu, Hampukui, Rose Mountain Apu, Hampukui, Kanchaita ko Aiko, Taita Inti, Tawantin Suyu Pachamama, Hampukui, Hampukui, Mama Uchi, Hampukui, Hampukui Océano Pacífico, Océano Atlántico, Hampukui, Hampukui Mama Kuichi, Hampukui Mama Uno, Hampukui Taita Inti, Hampukui. Kanchaita ko Aiko, Ayun Purinaha, Ayan Saluspa, Ayan Wawa, Ayan Mihuna, Ayan Kolke, Urpiyay Sonkoyay, Pachamama, Urpiyay Sonkoyay, Taita Inti, Apukunas, Hatun Sonkoy, Munikuiki. All right, thank you so much for joining me in this prayer. Now I am going to close this offering that I show you. It's going to be like a little parcel that I will be taking in the name of each one of us to the countryside, to a sacred site where I can make this offering, I can deliver it. So there are two things I could do. I can burn it in the countryside, or I can bury it. I can make a hole on the ground, I can dig, and that's how I will be giving it to Pachamama. So I have made the commitment to go and do that for us, and I got this inspiration a few days ago to make a little clip out of it and then send it to Kara, and then she can share it with you, and so you can see the end of the ceremony.
We love that.
Yes. So how about on Monday you can have it? It's going to be a short clip, and that way people can participate of the ceremony to the very end.
Oh, I love that. And so, Jessica, all of our gratitudes and all of our intentions are energetically in this bundle, in this offering.
It is. It is. This is our offering.
And so you're going to take this into a sacred site and either burn it or bury it. I hope you burn it, but I'm into fire. So, but okay, and with that, the intentions get released and the gratitude gets released into the earth, and it goes into the spirits of the mountains, and they receive it.
Yes. So the ashes go back to Pachamama, and when we make fire, then the wind takes our prayers and our intentions to the spirits of the mountains.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Yes, yes. So have we finished the ceremony portion?
We are definitely ready to celebrate. So
okay, we're ready to celebrate.
We're ready to celebrate. Fire of celebration right here.
I love that. I have my remaining club soda and cranberry juice.
Exactly. So I'm going to pour a little bit of this wine on our offering. This is something we do traditionally. So because we say cheers, not only with each other, but with Pachamama. Here it goes. Gracias, Pachamama. Thank you for everything we received from you.
Gracias, Pachamama. I love how I say it with an Italian accent. I've never been good with Spanish accent.
Hey, congratulations, everyone. Congratulations on opening up to receive blessings, abundance, joy, peace, great work in this world. Your beloved partner everything you desire.
Well, I'm raising my glass, and I'm raising my glass for myself to receive the beautiful friendships that I've received through this summit, the wonderful women that I have met. I have recently realized I am romantic partnerships, so I'm raising my glass to that this year. I might have to get with Amanda after the call. And I want to just, for everyone who's joined, for all the women, all your prayers, I'm choosing that for you, for what you're bringing. And if anybody else wants to bring in something, let's bring that in too.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, party. Woo!
Woo!
Cheers.
Okay, Jessica, is it time where, because Amanda's got something special prepared for how we're going to close the ceremony. I can't wait to experience it.
Yes, yes. I know.
Is this a good time for her to bring out her moves?
Oh,
Right now.
Okay.
well, my biggest intention is that we actually all dance together. So I know not everybody here who's present on the call is in the video, but we're all so connected together, and I have taken on a new, not challenge, but I guess it is sort of a new dare for myself, which is to dance in public more. I dance alone. I dance at ecstatic dances, but it's kind of in a crowd of like hundreds of people. And I just love doing prayer invocations. So this will be sort of a closing prayer. I will see if you can see me. So let's all kind of do our own swaying together, knowing that every wave represents coming in and coming out and connecting and then coming back into our own space. And we will be overlapping, all of us sisters here, and spreading the light that we have to new blessed beings, touching our children, our partners, our amazing clients. Everyone in our lives is going to be touched by this dance that we've already started to dance in this summit, as well as this connection of energy that's being woven. So I'm kind of just bringing in the energy, and I have no idea what's going to happen here. So I'm going to play some music because let's see, or is somebody playing?
Yeah, I'm trying to start music, but then I think it switches it to my screen, so you have to play the music. So,
okay, let's see what happens.
It started raining here, like right as we started dancing.
It didn't work out too. Making that promise to yourself. The commitment of your goals. New energy.
Thank you everybody. Thank you for joining me. I just want to thank Alaya Gold, Chloe Rain, Dr. Amanda Noelle, and Jessica. No, you can keep going, just keep dancing. I also want to thank every single one that spoke on this summit, because you were all amazing. And trying to think. And everybody who came, awesome.
Thank you so much, Kara. Let's all do a dance for Kara's amazing birthing, this baby that she's created. Thank you so much.
Okay, so get everybody continue dancing. It is Friday night. You might want to take this out with you on the town. Go do something fun, celebrate. As a reminder, if you want to sign up to get the Telesummit, all the recordings for that Sacred Business Upgrade package, I'm going to give it to you one more time. It's hertermsummit.com/upgrade. And we're going to just continue partying. I got some fun lined up for myself tonight. I wish I could be there with all of you guys. But I'm there with you in spirit. It's like now pouring rain, so the rain held off. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.